Is everyone as stiff and tired as I am?
Very much so.
Yes.
3 tired stiffies.
That okay. Sure.
And already,
Guess.
and it begins.
That is not the title for the episode, mind you.
No, I don't think we should go down that road. Not yet, anyway.
It's close enough for last week's half pint.
I just named the file that. You didn't have to call the episode title that. I just called it that to differentiate it from the other thing.
And the letters just happened to go in that order to spell out that word. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's a snappy title. You're not going to forget it, are you?
No. But it is. At some point, we stopped. I think it was the first 10, 15 episodes with what should be the title for the episode? And then we started all right, maybe it should be this, or what did we talk about? And you listen back to it, and this takes too much time. So the one who does the edit comes up with a title, and yeah, that's it. So it's very much on point.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I mean, and sometimes I've forgotten to listen to it. I just make something up and find something better, and maybe someone does. But I don't think we really had. No, we can't call it that. You're stupid. I don't think so, at least.
I'm so slightly busted there. He just admits no, I don't listen to this. Nah. When I was there, that's enough, isn't it? I just, top it, tail it, post it, done.
Exactly. Efficient. Crude, but,
Oh, dear. Drinking a lovely cold beer this evening because I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
Oh.
What? No, again?
Again.
Wasn't that last week?
No, that
Are
was
you on
last week.
2-day weeks? No?
No. Last week was holiday, and tomorrow is just a random day off for something else. But
a random day off. It sounds like you're throwing a die every morning or every night to see if I'm going to work tomorrow.
Shall I go in today? No.
The dice man approach to life.
Exactly. Yes, no, or maybe. So how's everybody's week been?
I mean, maker-wise, good.
Just in general.
In general, well, interesting. I mean, the week has been good, I guess. I mean, it's only Tuesday, but today I had the pleasure of bringing some bad news to a client that we might be delayed, which they did not they did not like. So they used a diplomatic way of telling that we do not approve of this. And then after that meeting, then my boss came and also expressed that he did not like this and that he has not been involved in the process. Bear in mind, you can send him a million emails, which he never replies on unless he needs something, or if bad news has been brought to the client, which might reflect bad on him and the organization, then it comes wanting to talk to you. But I mean, that's basically painting the picture of what the project manager is. So it's a part of the role. But yeah, it's fun.
So the bat signal to actually summon him is sending bad news to the customer.
Exactly. And it's kind of hard. Like, all right, but you need to run this by me first. And yes, but then you should also start reading and replying on your emails, because I have been pointing out this since May. So it shouldn't be any news to anyone. And that kind of turned the temper down. But I mean, yeah, we're going to have a follow-up meeting tomorrow, which is going to be interesting. But yeah.
So how's the job searching going?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm searching wide and high and low. Is that
Wide and low. I'll take anything at this point.
yeah. I'm scrape. You have a bucket, I'll scrape the bottom. Yeah.
Exactly. I hear the chip shop's hiring. They need someone to peel the potatoes. I'm your man.
To be fair, though, I have potato peeling on my CV. I mean, I worked the kitchen the 1 year I was in the military, so I peeled my fair share of potatoes. So, yeah, I could do that as long as that pay is okay. Then that's the most honest work you can do, actually.
I suppose people are always going to be hungry.
Yeah. Exactly.
People are always going to be hungry. People are always going on a haircut, and people are always going to die. So, if you can be a chef, a barber, or an undertaker, you'll never be out of work.
That brings an interesting question, though, because if you're an undertaker, I mean, you prep the people for the final goodbyes and whatnot. But do they get a separate hairdresser in, or do they? It's that the part of their training. You need
A stylist as well.
You need embalming 101, and you need scissoring, crew cut, bob cut, and
Embalming and personal styling.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not being an undertaker, nor knowing any undertakers.
Coffin hairdos. I mean, it would be hard to do a mohawk, for instance. So, and I mean,
you have to pay extra for that. You need a longer coffin.
Yeah. But I remember a few years ago, I saw, I think it was on Instagram during the pandemic. It was an undertaker who had an Instagram account who answered questions and a little bit about what was going on, but it was like, what happens to the artificial hip after cremation? And I mean, it's interesting questions, but yeah, the hairdressing part. I mean, they didn't go much into details. I have a lot of questions, so if anyone knows an undertaker that might be a guest on this podcast, maybe that is. I mean, we've discussed death enough, so I mean, it's just natural that we have an undertaker on and discuss the nitty-gritty.
do you do a lot of open caskets in England, Phil?
I don't know.
Because I don't think we do.
No, I mean, thankfully, I've been to very few funerals in my life so far, and none of them have been open casket. And I think it depends on your sort of church denomination more than anything, whether you have open casket or not. I've certainly never seen one, or no. Not that I speak to a lot of people about the funerals that they've gone to, but I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, "Oh, it was an open casket." Again, it's not something I have a lot of experience with. So, pass. Ask me another.
Well, I've been to a lot of funerals, and I think only one of them was an open casket, and it was not in the church under the ceremony, but like in the hour before, so the closest family could go into this small side chapel or whatnot to say farewell, and then the casket was open, but it was closed before it was wheeled into the big room, and all the rest of the people came in. So.
Which makes you wonder what the people did to the corpse in that hour beforehand. No, we have to close his lid. Who draw a dick and balls on his forehead?
Oh, you know what? I hope so. I mean, if I have an open casket, if someone chooses that for me, of course, I'm out of that equation. And oh my God, if one of the kids drew a huge mustache and cock and balls, that would be amazing. Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? Just having some felt pens laying around, so go for it, a small sign.
Yeah.
Go wild. I really don't care.
I never got to have a tattoo, so come on, it's my last wish.
Just leave some space for the next guy.
Beautiful. It's just a little handwritten note, just stuffed in your hand. Something like "lol, told you so."
YOLO. A bit late for that.
YOLO. Yodo. No.
Yodo. Yeah.
Yodo. Yodo. That's the one.
So, since we now coined the name of this episode, we welcome you to another installment of Make Crude Mistakes with KJ from Crude But Efficient, Phil from Maker of Things, and Haavard, which is behind all the mistakes. Welcome.
Thank you.
So,
hello.
Should we turn this around and talk about making?
You can try at least.
Probably preferable to dying.
Well, I enjoy both. I almost said, but move along. I mean, you published a build video, Haavard. Let's start with that. We're very different, the kind of making for your channel.
Yes, very different. I posted 2 videos, which is codependent on each other. That was a bit much. And I lost 5 subscribers. So, at this rate, how many videos do I need to post to not break even, but go back to 0? That's I'm going to do that calculation afterwards. So, yeah, I posted the Batsy cartoon and the making of video. I thought about having the making of video and then just have the cartoon at the end, but I thought I'll post that as a separate one and link it at the end of the video. So that worked. I like the making video of better than the cartoon itself. But then again, it's out there, so now I can focus on the all the different languages. But that is something I can do on my my spare time. So because I'm not going to make a video of that every time. So,
but I mean, you have been staring at that story for quite some while now, so you should be hating it.
Yes,
at this point, that's just well and good.
And I'm not sure if I would like to admit that because it hurts just to myself. But I made the Bats video. I finished it last week, and then I just had to record something from the making video to complete that. And like the background of the cartoons were generated in Adobe Photoshop. And then I used that as a basis, and I added filter and played around with the color to get different backdrops to each picture. And then I just fuck it. I've done everything else, but like it feels like cheating using an AI background. So I spent an entire day running around in the house taking pictures to match the cartoons. And of course, having 2 kids, our house looks like someone dropped a bomb in it. So if I want to take a picture of the couch, I have to tidy the couch first and the table in front of it and move that away so I could take a picture. And then I wanted to take a picture of the carpet. And then, all right, then I have to tidy everything there and move the table back again. So I have moved everything in our house around to take some pictures to make backgrounds. And I still think the other version was better because it's more colorful, but the other one, it's at least all me, except Glenn's voice, obviously. But it is what it is. So I have 2 editions of the Batsy video. One of them will never see the light of day. So it's a bit wasted hours, but I mean, it is what it is.
How does it feel to have a second channel now?
That's annoying, actually, because it's once I got the reins of the Instagram account for the podcast as well. I mean, you have to swap to post a reel, and then you forget to swap back, and then you send a post to someone, and God damn it, I sent it and then I have to switch back again, and it's the same. I'm probably gonna post something, and they're like, "Oh my god, I posted this on the children's cartoon channel." But it is what I did not know is I made a new channel, and when I switched, it didn't show me any suggestive videos in my feed because it said you have to go and watch some movies so we can start compiling shit to figure out what to show you. So if you haven't seen anything, they don't know what to show you. So it's not like then we can show you a generic random thing, which was kind of weird. And then when I uploaded my own video, then they used that probably as a basis for, all right, he's probably into this. So for the Batsy channel, I've got a lot of videos that like, oh my god, this is this out there? It's not to my interest. So to be fair to YouTube, the algorithm works to that extent that it does show me some golden nuggets in between that I might like, but on the other channel where it hasn't profiled me yet, oh my god, I don't want to know. So I was kind of happy living in my own bubble, and now I burst it. So I'm a bit conflicted, but I'll get over it, I guess.
Yeah, just have to switch back and forward, or if you get tired by your old bubble, just create a new one instead.
Yeah.
Well, I think in the interests of full disclosure, I just realised I wasn't actually subscribed to your channel. But whilst you were talking, I am now.
So then the question is, was the 5 who left, was that before you entered? So it was basically 6 who left. So it's like
No, it was still 5, but now we +1. So really, it's only -4.
oh yeah, that's good. Then the question is like, what makes you? I mean, if it's not your thing, it's okay. But I choose to follow someone, and then, oh my god, he posted a video about making I'm out. And was that like a hard no for them, or was it like the final straw because he's been doing a lot of random shit, and then like this was just like, yeah, this no.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, because the numbers fluctuate all the time. And I suppose that might be, people closing accounts or Google clearing up spam accounts or bot accounts.
Yeah.
But the publish a video and your subscriber count drops phenomena is terrifyingly real.
Yeah. I mean, I never unsubscribe from people. I mean, if you are a YouTuber, you know how that feels. I just mute them instead. So I have some that I don't get any notification from instead. That seems nicer.
No, I have unsubscribed from people before, but I think it was just because either I've been subscribed for them for years and years and years, and then they just stopped producing, and it's like, are you ever coming back? I don't know.
Oh.
Or they really, really changed direction, or they started to do things which were treading carefully. Start becoming overtly political in one way or another.
Yeah, that was that welder guy who went really right wing. That one I unsubscribed from actually. Yeah, there are that as well.
Yeah, it does happen, but it's only YouTube. Like you said earlier. What did you say earlier? The rules are made up and the points don't matter.
Yes, exactly. Like, whose line is it anyway? It feels very, very fitting for social media.
Exactly. It's all nonsense. It's internet points. It's like Tiger tokens and green shield stamps, and it means absolutely nothing.
No, it's like playing Monopoly. Yeah.
Yeah. You woke up this morning, have 5 million points.
So, enough about me. How about you then? I mean, Phil, you've been playing around in the fog.
Yes.
You find your way out of it as well.
I did. Yes, I did. I mean, where I went, it's it's very well trodden. You know, there's lots of trails, very well marked trails. So it's, I mean, it is very possible to get lost because it's a very, very large. It's a national forest. So if you stray off the path for too long and just start wandering in any direction, and you haven't got a map and a compass or GPS on your phone, but there's no phone signal out there, so Google Maps, you're kind of stuffed. But no, I had a great time. I walked about what was it, about 14, 15 kilometers, which I'm sure for hardened, seasoned hikers, 15 kilometers, that's just a gentle stroll. But for someone who sits behind a desk for most of their life, I was knackered. But no, I had a great time just wandering around for a few hours in the mist and the fog and in the woods, and then the clearings that they've done, because it's all part of a managed forest. So part of managing is cutting a lot of it down sometimes so new stuff can grow. But no, that was great. I took out the drone. I didn't crash it.
Good.
Nice.
Good.
Yep. I took it up 3 times, and then quickly learned the limitations of it. This thing's got a geocache on it, so you can't fly it too far away, either along the ground or up in the air. And I was flying it over this lovely canopy, and then it just says, geocache reached, you can go no further. Oh, that's annoying, because the bit I really want to look at is a bit further over there, but well.
So you have to run after it with the control for it to actually go farther then?
I suppose, yeah, if you move, then it will keep moving.
I just see people standing on cliff sides, just leaning over the edge just to get that extra meter.
Come on.
Range extended.
And there was one fun moment where I was deep in the forest, and there was this lovely clearing with a stream running through it. And I thought, I'm going to get clever here. I'm getting cocky now. I've flown this thing twice. And there was a tree stump next to the stream. So I took off from the tree stump and I hovered over the stream, and then I flew down the stream and then went straight up into the tree canopy with all the autumnal colours, and then did a 360, and then thought, right, I'll bring it down. Why is it not coming down? Pressing the home button to bring it back down, nothing. Pressing down on the down stick, no, it's just up there. Happily, just like, I'm up here. I ain't going nowhere. I have received no instruction to do anything other than stay here. And then it comes up on the screen on my phone, which is connected to the controller, drone battery critical.
I mean, it will always come down, I guess.
That's one way to get it down, yeah. And then so I stood up on the stump and was literally, hands stretched to the sky. Maybe it just needs that extra few inches. And then it reconnected and it came back down again. So that was a very sweaty 5 minutes of, I'm going to trash this rather expensive drone that I've borrowed on its first outing.
Yeah.
So next time you're going to have a catcher's mitten, so you have something to, if it falls out of the sky, just throw yourself in like
a really big net to catch it in. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it might work today as well, but the signals between anything radio controlled are now digital. In the 80s, early 90s, if you were into RC equipment, they had crystals in the receiver and the transceiver, which is basically, I think it's a piezo something element that, it pairs them. So if you bought a cheap radio controlled car from Radio Shack or whatever, and the neighbor did the same thing, you had a problem because they had the same frequencies, so you could not drive them together, and then you had to go to the store and I needed new crystals so I could work on a different frequency. And at that point, my father worked as a radio engineer for a shipping company, and he was also into this weird world of what's it called in England? The people who work like shortwave radios and like they have these huge antennas on their roof and speak to each other.
Ham radio.
Ham radio, yes.
Yeah.
And of course, when I was a kid, we had the cellar was full of radio equipment. And what my father and a friend of his realized that one of those had a very powerful sender. So if they brought it outside and someone was driving a radio controlled airplane, if they pressed the send button on the radio, they could see the aircraft plummeting and the guy on the ground who lost the contract, he's dying because it's an expensive piece of kit now plummeting through the earth at the mercy of gravity. And then they let go of the sender button and the guy at the ground regained like the controls and I'm like, oh, and then he started flying again and all right, let's press the button once. And you can see it take another plunge. And of course, that guy, after the third plunge, like, fuck this, he landed his airplane. And of course, probably never understood what happened to it and never dared fly it again because it was too expensive to just crash into the ground. So I guess it was a cruel joke, but still. I'm not sure if that would work on modern drones, though, but it would be fun to try.
Well, I think the modern way is people just shoot them down, don't they? Because people get so annoyed of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, aren't all the signals in that, what is it, 2.4 gigahertz band, that's the free band, where you don't have to have a license, so everything is jammed in there. So it's jam-packed.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, it doesn't matter if the signal is digital and whatnot. I mean, you just need a powerful enough sender in that frequency to overpower the other. So it's basically what they're doing jamming. So if you have a 10-watt sender, you could probably block anything in the nearest few 100 meters at least.
Yeah, it's hard to have a conversation if someone is screaming in your ear.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter what they're saying.
That's a good metaphor, actually. Yeah.
Life's better when someone's not screaming in your ear. Yeah.
Definitely. My preferred version.
Yeah. No, my dad used to know someone who was a ham radio enthusiast. I mean, he was a ham radio enthusiast, but he was also just like a guy who repaired electronics. You know, he worked with my dad at the company that he worked for, but as a sideline, he repaired electronics, and we had to take our telly to him once because, you know, back in the day, you know, television's a bloody expensive thing. Not like
and
now.
Actually repair them, yeah.
And you can repair them. So he took the telly over and it was repaired, and we went over and he said, do you want to see the ham radio set up? So we go out to this shed in his back garden, again next to this enormous mast. And he said, should we see who's on? And so he was just flicking through the dial and trying to find anyone. And we spoke to someone who was in Jamaica and someone who was in Patagonia. And this was all very exciting stuff. But we all do it over the internet now.
Yeah,
but
I never had the feeling I need to talk to someone who happens to have a radio somewhere.
Hello, I have a radio. Yes, I too have a radio.
Yeah, that's
cool.
my friends.
Okay, bye.
That's
not.
That's the thing, though, and I find that hugely fascinating. When you're doing ham radio, you got these small paper cards that are pre-printed, so they got your call sign on it, and like to and from, and just some small fields where you can fill in information. So when you're talking to someone new on the ham radio, then you take a note of their call sign and their like time and date of when you talk to them. And then you can store that, or you can swap it, so you can send it to them afterwards as a memorabilia of we spoke that one time on a very noisy radio. And of course, being a radio engineer, my father worked with that back in the days when the ships did not have satellite phones. So, I mean, Morse code was second nature to him, which still fascinating. But then he started working in a radio repair shack, and then he started his own business, repairing computers and whatnot. And then once he sold that company and he started working for another IT company, for the last 5-10 years, and then he retired or was about to retire. But when he started in that company after working for himself for so many years, I'm an employee now, so I have the weekends off. I have the afternoons off because I'm not working around the clock with my own company. So what was my hobbies? Because it was fun to see a 6-year-old man trying to rediscover his old hobbies. And of course, I was into ham radio. So let's set up the equipment. And I was just a bystander. And this is interesting. And he hooked it up and turned it on and like, all right, let's see who's out there. And you're like, hello. And then someone replied and then he spoke about it. And then someone else replied and spoke about it. Like, yep, this is not my hobby anymore. That's the same people I spoke to 25 years ago. And they had nothing new has happened to them since I last spoke to them. And the only thing we have in common is ham radio. And like, no, I'm so done with this. So we just boxed up everything and put it back on the shelf. And I need to find another hobby. So.
Yeah.
You're a boring ham radio enthusiast then, and you're still a boring ham radio enthusiast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some of those at uni because we had in the clock tower of the university there was a radio club, and they put out like huge wires for antennas like over the courtyard, like 30-40 meters or something like that, and see how far they can reach. That, but they were dwindling. The members weren't really that interested anymore when you got all of internet instead, which is a lot easier to communicate if you actually want to communicate with people.
Yeah, well, that when I was a kid or a baby, to be honest, we did not have baby calls. But what my father did, he took these sardine cans and a built-in microphones and a small transmitter, and of course, this is highly illegal, but it did it anyway. So it transmitted on the FM band. So if he went over to the neighbors, he put this in our room, and then he just went over to the neighbors to have a cup of coffee, and he turned on the radio and just dialed it to an open frequency, and then he had baby call on their radio. And that was amazing.
So brilliant.
So of course he made 5 or 6 of them. So all the neighbors had. And of course, once we grew up, he just got them back. So we had the cellar full of this 5-6 sardine cans with transmitters in them. And what me and my friends realized that, I mean, you could switch it on and you could have a radio on in the same room, and you could just turn the knob until the frequency you want to block out. And that was fun, of course. In the olden days in Norway, we had like one radio channel showing or telling the news at 7:00. So what we did is at 7:00 we just jammed all the radios for all the neighbors, because the reach was a couple of 100 meters. So the nearest 20 houses did not get radio reception. So that's
this is Radio Haavard with the latest news.
That's the worst thing. I did not have that idea. I mean, a pirate radio at like 10 years old would have been, I mean, maybe not a
this
radio.
Just in, yeah. This is Smithens from number 4, smells of rotting fish.
I mean, the concept of pirate radio has always been really cool to me. And I mean, having a podcast, it's kind of a bit like pirate radio, but it would not as much pirate, perhaps. But yeah.
I mean, could we... I mean, it wouldn't be hard setting it up to also broadcasting like on a pirate channel on FM radio. I mean, in Norway, they sold the FM equipment several years ago and went full on DAB. So here you can do whatever you want. I mean, it's still illegal, but nobody's listening to the FM band anymore. So it's basically free for all.
FM is FM, medium wave, long wave. It's all very much alive and well over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got everything on DAB as well, but then everything is still broadcast on the airwaves as well. Because I don't know why. Because DAB is it better? I don't know. I think it's fine if you're not moving, but I've heard tell that DAB radios in cars are terrible.
It has shorter range, so you need more transmitters. And in Norway, someone sold the government on it, so yeah, we should go for DAB radio. And the politician, yeah, that sounds like a smart idea. And then, what should we do with the FM band? No, we don't need that anymore because this DAB radio, that's the future. So they sold the FM equipment to some countries in Africa. And then, of course, the DAB format, it was dead already because you got internet radio and people have connectivity and Apple AirPlay and whatnot in their cars. So the selling argument was already dead. But as usual, politicians doesn't know any better. So now we have DAB radio. And one of the selling point was you can have more channels because there was a limitation on the FM band, how many channels you can squeeze into it. The problem is we don't have any more radio channels now than 10 years ago. So they just have the rerun channel, and then they have the rerun of the rerun channel, and then you have the rerun channel who only reruns country and western songs, and then you have the ones that just play kids' tunes. So there is not being produced any more radio. It's just like different playlists of compilations. So, I mean, we're not better off.
I suppose it's the same as cable TV, isn't it? You have 4 channels. Over here we have 4 channels. Well, I remember a time when it was 3 channels, then 4, then 5. And then we get the amazing world of cable TV. So you can still get your original 5 channels, and then some film channels and some stuff which you get from America, and then just hundreds of channels of absolute crap. Shopping channels, QVC, all the religious channels, all the kids' TV channels. I mean, if you've got kids who watch TV, I'm sure that's great.
I mean, it's the arcade discussion from last episode all over again, isn't it? It's 20,000 games. Yes, but there's only 3 of them who are good. The rest is crap. And it's the same with both television and radio.
Yeah.
Just 3 middle-aged men shouting at clouds at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, but I mean, I do remember just switching between the channels, and the open channel was kind of fun because that's, I mean, the community thing. The only programs that were regularly on that was a chess program, but a girl who talked was really into chess for some reason. I don't know. And one by a society called the Prostate Brothers, for old men who had prostate cancer, and they had a television show on the open channel. And I was just, this is weird. This is really, really weird, but fun in a way.
That's weird. There used to be a sort of community channel over here, and it was actually really good. They showed a load of really interesting documentaries and stuff like that. And then it just disappeared. I'm assuming because it made no money and they couldn't afford to keep buying the airspace, the airtime.
Yeah, they probably got their money from somewhere, and that well dried up.
Ho-hum.
So when this episode releases, it's Maker Camp in the United States of over there.
Oh yeah, the Catskills up.
Yeah,
the Jimmy DiResta one.
the Jimmy DiResta.
Let's be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy's backyard.
Yeah, Jimmy's camp.
Yeah. It does look really fun, but I will never go over there for it because it's too far away and too much of a hassle, I feel. So, what's your feeling about it?
Anybody else want to go first?
Speak your mind.
Well, no, I don't think I've got anything. I've got nothing bad to say about it. I think it's a great idea for people who enjoy the company of other people. and enjoy camping in upstate New York in October.
That part is like the weirdest for me, actually.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I mean, I don't really know what the weather's like over there, but I can imagine it could either be quite mild or very cold.
Yeah.
I remember listening to. Come on, brain, you can do this. It's a podcast with Steve and Brett.
Fools with Tools.
Yes.
I mean, there were a lot of podcasts that could have been where they actually talked about this.
Yeah. But they went over there, and I think they were helping set up, because I think at the point Brett was still working with Jimmy DiResta, not Dave DiResta. He was still working with him, I think, and they all went over and helped set up. And they said it was incredibly muddy because it just had a lot of rain, and this field was basically just a quagmire of mud. And so, yeah, I mean, if that's your thing, wonderful, and you have a great time, make some great new friends, and make some wonderful objects. But again, I mean, my passport has expired for about 10 years now. Because it was around the time of Britain making the decision to leave the European Union.
The decision, yes.
Yes, that decision that was made, rightly or wrongly. Let's stay, enigmatic about this. Rightly or wrongly to leave the EU. And my passport was about to expire, and both of our passports were about to expire about the same time. So we thought, not going to renew now because, we're not going to leave the EU. That's a ridiculous thing. That's never going to happen. We'll just renew them and that'll be fine. Or, we'll renew them and then we'll leave and then our passports will be wrong and will we have to get new passports? I'm going to get a lovely new British blue passport printed in France. Because no one over here can do it cheap enough. Details. And I just haven't had the actual need to leave the country since, so I haven't renewed my passport. So I wouldn't be going anyway. Because I have flown to New York before, and it's a long old flight.
It feels like it.
Oh, it's 8 hours in the air.
I mean, I checked, and it's almost 10 years ago now. We went to New York, and we got some cheap ass tickets with Icelandair, which also had a free, since you have a ticket with them, they gave you a free layover in Iceland, which means we can do a relatively short flight to Iceland and spend one night there, seeing the sights in the city center and stretch your legs, and then you can do a relatively short stint from there to New York, which made the air travel bearable. And I did at some point check, like, all right, if I could get the same kind of ticket, that would be okay for going to the maker camp. But then I just went into Google Maps. Where is this? Oh my God, it's not anywhere close to anything. So you need a rental car, and unless you know someone there, you can't get anywhere to stay anywhere near there because it is in the boonies. So it's like, oh my God, it's expensive and it's long, and you're going to end up going there not knowing anyone, and the people that you think you might talk to, you will probably not get the chance to talk to them, so that it's a no-go. Which I was happy to, just cement as a realization.
Yeah, it's good to do the math and have it come out the way you feel. Yeah. But it would be nice to have an event like that close by. In driving distance.
Bicycling distance.
Bicycling distance, that's a little too close, I feel. Then it's basically in your backyard. Would you want that?
Bus to the next town over. That's fine.
And the problem is, if it's too close, you're going to end up like, I can just get in the car and pop over. I'm just gonna finish this first, and then all right. Oh my god, I didn't. All right, tomorrow then, and then the next day, like all right, I'm just gonna have breakfast first, and then all right, I'm gonna help the kids with something, and oh no, it's too late. So it will probably never happen if it's too close either. So
it was last weekend.
yeah.
It's either that or everyone is coming to stay at your place.
That's even worse.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh no, that's the weekend we need to go away. Like
yeah. Imagine that. Oh, I couldn't bunk down at yours, could I? It's really close. No.
no.
Yeah, we got the decorators in, or the roof fell off, or
No, the kids have the flu, so we are just rotating the toilet in an orderly fashion. So you don't want to come here. Yeah.
One's got flu, one's got the plague, scarlet fever, dengue river fever. Oh, it's all going on at my. Oh, you don't want to come over.
And none of us are vaccinated, so yeah, you better stay away. So, how about you then, KJ? Any making?
Some making. I made some progress on the bunk beds. I mean, it's really nice to have a project that you don't film, so you can actually work on it the way you feel like it. But I realized I had to make some tool purchases because I didn't have a roundover bit for my router.
Oh.
So I mean, when my wife was doing the grocery shopping, she was like, "Can you pop into the hardware store as well and buy this for me?" So that was because I went to the hardware store like the day before to get some wood glue, amongst other things. So it felt really, I don't really need to go to the hardware store. I've already been and bought everything I knew I needed. So it was nice to have a runner do that. So then I used a roundover bit for the first time, and it went better than expected. So that was nice.
There's nothing quite like a new router bit to remind you just how blunt your old router bits are.
Yes, that might have been part of it.
And all that sanding you save by doing a roundover, that's worth the money alone.
Yeah, I feel so. And I mean, my wife was happy to do it because, I mean, she was the one who thought that the last bunk beds I did, that the corners were too sharp because they just used a plane and more or less did chamfers on them. And she thought that was a bit too much. But okay, then you can buy a roundover bit. Then it'll be round and smooth and nice. So it's good to have.
Once they crash into it enough times, it'll be a roundover anyway. So
yeah,
that was my plan, but it didn't really work out that way the first time.
So the question is, what have you now rounded over since? I mean, the coffee table, the kitchen counter, the doorway, the stairs.
Round over all the things.
Well, I'm still a bit afraid of the router, so I'm going slowly and carefully with that one because it does spin really, really fast. It's going to take a while for me to be comfortable with it.
And then you start getting into all your other fancy bits.
Yeah.
Like your Roman OGs, which is not the same as a Roman orgy.
Oh, now I'm not as interested.
Which, if autocorrect won't correct because it's technically not wrong, but you get search results of really not what you were expecting.
But I mean, I have a lot of router bits, and for sometimes, if you need a good one, they're relatively expensive, and sometimes you just need one for that one quick and dirty job. So, I mean, should I get the router bit that cost £20 for one, or should I get the 10-piece kit for $2.50 that also have the one that I need for the 10 minutes I need it? So I have a lot of these kits where one of the bits are burnt and the rest has never been used. And that's the one, like, the crowning bit for all the trims around the house and whatnot that you never use because you're not living in an old Victorian house. So.
Yeah.
I think buy the good one. Buy the good one, because you will use it again. Yeah. When I discovered the spiral flute upcut compression, whatever you call it, bits. The ones that aren't the blades on the side, but it's like a end mill.
Yeah.
That I am so glad I paid good money for one of these, and it's still going. It's still really good. It's still really sharp, and I absolutely love that thing. I use it all the time.
I use those on the CNC, but I buy them in bulk. So I mean, if I was doing huge productions, I would probably opt the Anti, but the quality is really good on even the bulk ones. But I buy 10 at a time, and for the larger ones, I will probably have for the rest of my life. But sometimes I use the 2.5 millimeter ones. They tend to break. Ones. Yeah, so
that's like nothing.
I buy them like in tens every time, but it's really nice. That's why I really don't need a laser.
You don't really need a laser, do you? No, you want one.
But
and you didn't buy that drum sander, so
I didn't.
How's the lathe funding coming along?
I mean, I'm still recovering from the car ordeal, but I mean, since I didn't spend as much money as last time, it's not enough for a lathe, but
not the lathe you want, at least.
No. And then yes, I would want a lathe, but then I also, what I need the lathe for, I also need a pipe bender, and one of those where you put a tube into a jig and you have like a hole saw and you cut at an angle and then you can mate two pipes together and then weld them. I want that as well, but yeah, it's hard. There is so many tools, so little time, and so little money.
So much time. Do you really have much time?
Did I say much? I said little. I thought I said little.
Yeah, I heard little. Yeah. Too little time.
Yeah. Because I mean, time shouldn't really be in your. It feels like you don't. For the rest of this month, you don't really have that much time, do you?
No,
Or are you happy procrastinating?
I mean, procrastinating has worked nice for me. I've had videos out and everything, but I need to build things for. I'm not sure if I'm going to have the Hellcorder ready-ish, because I also figured out I want to build. I have 4 casters left over from another project, so I would like to make. You know these portable whiteboards that you had in high school that you could wheel around? Yeah. I would like to make some arrangement like that, but instead of the whiteboard, I want 2 sheets of OSB to mimic my red wall, because then I can just bring a lot of shit and just screw it to that wall and have that as a backdrop at the Maker Central. So everything that is lethal or I don't want anyone to touch, I can have on that wall in the background, and then on the front counter I can have the stuff that people are allowed to break, because they will.
So you're not going the Garage Avenger way of having something that can take someone's finger off at finger poking height.
No, the big knife and the Gatling gun and the flamethrower, and I mean the water pistol, that's going to be chained to the wall. And not energized or pressurized in any sense of the word.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
But it will be full of acid.
I mean, in case someone is mean to him, you have something to retaliate with.
I mean, if we're living in uncertain times, I mean, if the Russians invade, I want to be prepared. I don't want to have to run home and fuel up, so...
Oh,
I
that's
don't
a
know
great.
how much you'll be able to do in your 4 minutes, but whatever.
I mean, it could be like German terrorist or something. Just a diehard with Skaperfestivalen instead, and you're the only one getting away, crawling around in the air ducts and saving the day.
I mean, it's not going to be because I don't have enough gadgets, but there might be lacking in
Maybe
other
that you
departments.
have too much gadgets.
Wait, there's another bag somewhere. Damn it.
I couldn't fit my bagpipe guitar in the duct, so yeah, I couldn't help you. I was stuck in the utility room trying to get all my shit into the HVAC system.
Exactly. Well, whoever is playing the bagpipe guitar, please stop, or we will start shooting hostages.
It's a great movie, I tell you. Another maker adjacent thing I did was at work. Someone has put up toilet entertainment, they call it, some signs at the inside of the doors of the toilets. So when you sit in the door, it's a QR code you can scan, and I don't know what. There's some kind of YouTube channel that I don't know. It seemed weird, so I just printed out a QR code for my YouTube channel instead on sticky paper and put over it on all the toilets. And I don't know if it was that or the fact that I actually published my or did a post about my latest build video on LinkedIn as well. But now my colleagues have seen it, and it is a bit weird having your colleagues at work congratulating you on a build video and thinking it was neat the thing you built.
Yeah, and adding to that weirdness, knowing that they have just looked you while taking a dump on company time. So
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Views are views, right?
Yes. I can't smell it from here, so it's okay by me.
Yeah, I don't think anyone at work really knows that I have a YouTube channel. I think a couple of people do, but yeah, I tend to keep work and the rest of my life as separate as possible.
yeah.
I did so as well for a while, but now I just don't care. And it is kind of fun to be outing yourself.
I mean, I don't care, but it turns out none of the people
cares.
at work does either.
Oh yeah, that's
Surprise! No one cares.
That's not nice.
Always upset now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Phil. Yeah. Are you Kristen, Phil, or is it a Philip, or what's your?
The full name's Philip.
Yeah.
But only my mother called me Philip when I'd been bad.
Because I heard this on a podcast today. I can't remember which, and I haven't had time to fact check this. But there is said that being a Philip means something. That's a guy with a big dick and he knows how to use it.
Yes, my name's Philip.
So it is. Yeah.
I've never heard that one before, but if it's
I'll accept it.
It's definitely true.
I said it's something I've heard on a podcast. You can't believe stuff you hear on podcasts, but I mean nowadays people trust AI, and I mean I remember just like a decade ago or something, people laughing about trusting something you read on Wikipedia, which is now what AI has been learning on, and everyone takes that for truth. So
Yeah.
truth is relative nowadays.
I remember I was a part of that club. Like, what? Wikipedia? Everyone can go and just write just anything with no quality control? Nope, not going to use that. And it turns out the quality review on Wikipedia is insane. If you go in and write something that is not correct, you will be nailed to the wall within a few seconds and corrected and amended. So, turned out that Wikipedia is actually kind of good.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think their whole thing is, facts to the world for free forever.
Yeah.
And even though Yeah. The British government are trying to put an age restriction on this information.
Okay.
Because, you know,
Yeah, because Wikipedia is what they should focus on. Yes.
yeah, well, you know, it contains information about things which are supposedly dangerous, even though people might be trying to research it for, you know, the purposes of staying out of danger.
Yeah.
But that's a nuance that some people just can't fathom. So, no, this information is blocked because you haven't verified your age. Welcome to your digital dystopia.
Oh, that's...
Well, I don't care, because if I go, I think I have a box over here somewhere which have a CD called Encyclopedia, and it was a... I think it
Yes.
followed when you bought a Windows 95
Yes.
hard copy, then you got that as free. So I have all the information I need. So
I've got a copy of 1997's Microsoft Encarta.
yeah, that was the name. Yeah, Encarta.
I have all the knowledge I'm ever going to need right here on this compact disc, buddy.
It even had videos on it. I think in
did?
three or four articles, you had the small 10-second video clips showing the Wright brothers flying, and yeah.
Those were the days. That was magic.
Absolute magic.
That's fun though. I was online, and I was going to order something here the other day for a project, a New Year's project. And to be able to buy this, you have to verify that you're 18. So you have to send an email with a copy of your driver's license before we can ship this item to you. And I bought something from them several years ago. So it's like, should I send them an email and ask if they still have my information on register, if they want it resubmitted? So what we discussed in before the episode, that I am the poster boy of IT security at work, but if I need rockets or fireworks, I'm happy to scan my passport and send it to you on an unsecured email so I can get it in the mail. I am for sure on some lists.
This is definitely legit, yeah? This complies with GDPR. Yes, of course it does. Yeah. No, we're not going to leave this on the photocopier for someone else to find. No. We put it on a big spike with everybody else's. And it's not near an open window. No one can reach it and take all this data. It's fine.
I don't remember who said it. Was probably a joke, but I think someone set up a company that if you had some sensitive information in an email, you can send it to them and they would print it and shred it. And then for the added extra cost, they could also burn it after shredding.
That is so funny.
A long time ago, which is when OCR, optical character recognition, came out, and my dad had received some sort of confidential thing in the post. No, not a confidential email as a PDF, which couldn't be altered, and it was all sent over as in, this is a very secure document. It can't be altered, it can't be tampered with. So he printed it and scanned it and used OCR on it, and then copied everything in it and sent it back to them as an email, and going, yeah, it's not very secure, is it? Because I can copy this, and now I can change all the text in this document if I wanted to, with software which is freely available. So I think you really need to look at your security protocols and going on about how secure these things are, because they're not. Yeah. If it can be locked, it can be unlocked.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter as long as you have it on. I mean, someone's been clever, but I have with some documents, it's easy to I just screenshot them and Photoshop in my signature and then put it back as a whatnot, and then I convert it to a PDF again, and voila, I have digitally signed it. But now some software have the function that if you try to print screen, then of course it won't do it.
Yeah.
But that is of course the software using the internal computer or whatnot. So if you have a separate, I mean, if you use OSB or something, which is an obscure software, obviously, for the people in the document handling world, it's like you are very much allowed to just film and screenshot your screens to your heart's content, and then you can edit that and convert to PDF and return fully signed. So
I realized that the streaming services all often block that as well. When I tried to record some stuff from Disney Plus, that just came back as a blank screen because it blocked that. So I had to actually have a camera filming the TV instead to get that footage.
Yeah, old school piracy.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, these are not expensive screens at all that I use on my computer, but they are decent enough. So if you tune the contrast and the light output, and then of course I have my camera which has all the settings, it's very easy to get decent picture ripped off your screen. So much better than the olden days when you put a camcorder on a VHS tape on an old CRT television.
Yeah. Sneaking it into the cinema.
Yeah.
Now I can do perfect pirate copies at home in my living room.
Perfect pirate copies. Was that the end of the episode?
Yeah, I think we went full circle on the piracy. So yeah, maybe we should head on over to the half pint and wave the
half pint flag.
half pint flag.